Berserk also includes Assault as a different slot. I choose Berserk or Assault. Assault can mean also being a skill on its own. So like the Father Knight that has Assault but does not have Berserker. Okay? Assault means that if at the beginning of the order you have line of fire with your enemy, you can make move, and hit. And you will be hitting with a -3, but you will be getting into close combat moving 8 inches.
Nice.
There will be more close combat skills and ways of dealing with the enemy. One of them is surprise attack. For me, being able to make a surprise attack, which is a -6 to your enemy, okay, you will have to have certain skills like camouflage, okay, but it will allow you to make move, getting in close combat, and surprise attack, giving a -6 to the enemy. And now in 3rd edition, these negative modifiers here are applied whether close combat value or BS value. So if the guy is shooting at you as an ARO in this last movement where you get with him in close combat, doesn't matter if he shoots or reacts in close combat, he's receiving the negative modifier. Think about this, okay? If my ninja moves camouflage and gets in close combat with a tag and hits him, okay, and gives the tag a -6 modifier, the ninja will probably win. But the attack will survive because of probably the huge armor value. But doesn't matter, the attack is already in close combat. So suddenly this huge robot full of firepower is in close combat. And the ninja has a lot more chances of winning always the face-to-face roll because he's a ninja. Suddenly you are nullifying an attack. And the rest of the soldiers can be happy and jumping around. So just because of that, okay, the proper way to react to that will be using a flamethrower. But just because of that, close combat is much more dangerous. And in 3rd edition, you have more dice as more alive miniatures get in combat with that same enemy. Imagine that you just have fancies around, but the ninja's already in close combat, so get the fancies in close combat, because you will then be rolling, spending your orders in the ninja, who is the specialist, but has more dice because there are fancies around. Imagine what that would happen with Shaolin monks, which are just 5 points guys, but they are super specialists in close combat. They get with a 90-point tag, and suddenly if the Shaolin monk manages to reach that point, controls the situation. So that is super dangerous, really. Forget about rolling dice. Think about the equilibrium of power with these kind of rules. It's huge. It's difficult, requires orders, but it's very satisfying if you manage to do it. Okay. Super new stuff. No one knows about this. I'm going to reveal it here, okay? So wake up, eh?
Had a late night.
Dexter Keys.
And a lot of beer at lunch.
A lot of beer.
No, impetuous. I have just talked you about the Shaolin monks, for example, and think about these close combat rules with Gakis and Pretas. Think about this close combat with the Thoracics. They are dangerous, okay? And that is a problem. When really approaching the 3rd edition mindset here for rewriting the rules, we already knew that in 2nd edition the impetuous rule is a problem, okay? Because nobody understands this properly. Nobody, when I'm a player and you're a player and you're spending my impetuous order, if I go this way, you arrow with a missile launcher, and if I go this way, you can't see me, and we are both arguing about, no, I have to go this way, no, this way, you know, has to be much better breathing, okay? And apart from that, apart from clarifying the rules about which path does an impetuous troop has to go, something that was worrying Carlos Torres is that the warbands are supposed to try to get in close combat. But they are not getting in close combat. Even Carlos Torres, which is a guy seriously thinking of, thank you. Thank you. Dexter, entertain the people.
Drink faster!
Thank you, Esther.
What a cough drop.
You can go now.
Oh.
That's great ventriloquism. That's no less than he deserves.
Carlos Torres, Infinity designer, the guy who made most of the designs we have made, or probably all of them, makes martial arts, okay? He's a very kung fu person. He's always looking at MMA combats and all the stuff. He's a crazy guy. Even himself played in Infinity 2nd Edition at some point, use a dog warrior, you have seen the miniature, dog warrior, okay? And throw smoke grenades, get inside the grenades, and make a chain rifle with intuitive shot, okay? Not brave at all, you know. Why? Because it's better for you, okay? Making intuitive shot from inside the smoke and getting in cover and all those maneuvers are more effective. So we have this problem that guys that just cost 5 points, apart from the moment that they spend the impetuous order, which makes them much cheaper because they have that moment of being a little moving towards the enemy. By the rest of the battle, they are normal guys, super cheap, with chain rifle, reaching in these super American dense tables, reaching the sniper and boom! What is that, you know? So we knew that we have to really think about and reconsider the whole impetuous thing. Are they still going to cost just 5 points? If we go that way, then they have to be more vulnerable, or impetuous have to be more restrictive, or have being more punished because of being impetuous, okay? So the whole impetuous rule is rewritten, and one of the conditions that we are giving here for the impetuous still being costing just 5 points is that they do not no longer get the benefit of partial cover, okay? So instead of getting behind the corner of the building, impetuous guy shooting just with a template, no. This no longer provides them partial cover. So they, if there's no difference, they will just, this is the game result, they go further and looking for close combat with the enemy more often, okay? Because it doesn't matter for them. Total cover, of course, is no line of fire, they are safe from attacks. But the difference between being here or here doesn't count for them, okay? Apart from that, the bikes, okay, are not allowed to get partial cover, whether they are impetuous or not. We all agree in this that the bikes are vehicles, and vehicles should not be able to get partial cover. Okay? Yeah, Viking, yeah. So, think about what happens with the impetuous troops in 3rd edition. They are super cheap, but they do not get those benefits of extra armor and stuff. Apart from that, chain rifle and template weapons in 3rd edition are much easier to dodge. Okay, if you have line of sight with the guy who is using the template, you just have to make a PH roll, normal PH roll, no modifier, and if you succeed, you dodge the template. Okay, so we are getting a little power of the templates, more power to the close combat, and the warbands, the impetuous guys, should get into close combat more often. Well, that depends on the player, but we are seeing that, okay? Because guarantees you more results. Apart from that, I must say that template weapons now does not respect partial cover. Okay, a chain rifle being applied to a guy, doesn't matter if the guy has cover or no cover, is full hit. Okay, and the armor roll is without taking in consideration the partial cover, because there are lots of situations where both players can discuss. Okay, so template is boom, no cover. Get out of my mind. Yeah, think about fire teams. Think about a Haramaki or Magister Knight fire teams. Those guys are impetuous. But if they are in a fire team, if you read the rules for Human Sphere, they are considered not impetuous. So when Magister Knights or Haramakis, for example, are in a fire team, they behave normally, so they can get cover. Okay? If you break the fire team, those guys are crazy, okay, and disciplined, and they do not get cover. Think about the frenzy troops, because in 2nd edition, making someone impetuous or frenzy was like a cheap way of making them more having cost less, you know, because finally you can cancel the impetuous order and go with them normally. Now it's more punishing, okay? Everything is a little more punishing, you know, but it's, at the same time it's more powerful. So that is how impetuous works in third edition, okay? Smoke combo, okay, something that has not been really revealed yet to anyone. Okay, so I was talking about the Nimbus grenades a few minutes ago. Nimbus grenades with saturation zone and the thing, and you asked a very intelligent question: are they stackable? Okay, let me tell you how a smoke combo goes in third edition. If I have here a smoke grenade, and I have multi-spectral visor, and you are all a fire team, okay? And I have a visor, I can attack you, okay? And you do not have a line of fire because I'm in smoke, you cannot ARO, but you can, okay? And what you can do is shoot back to me with a -6 through smoke, or dodge with no modifier. That is how a smoke combo goes in third edition. The testers immediately said, if shooting through a grenade is -6, through two grenades is -12. And we say, no, that is why terrain zones are not stackable. You know, visibility is -6, or the modifier is -6, is -6. If I have cover or mimetism or other stuff, that is stackable, but visibility zones are just 1, okay, the higher, that's it. So a smoke combo is -6 to shoot back and nothing to dodge. Look at that, this is different from camouflage. Camouflage is -3 to shoot back and -3 to dodge. And also taking into consideration the modifiers of the troop. So these are different stuff. At some point in second edition, if you look back, a smoke combo and camouflage are much more similar. Like saying that surprise is like that, shooting first and stuff. But there was a bad decision, because while camouflage is I have to get in common marker, reach position, attack, and if I want to do it again I have to hide, camouflage and go back, requires more ordering and spending. A smoke combo was, hey, come on Shaolin Monk, I'm a Shien. Throw a smoke over there, okay, I get inside. Ta 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 ta, surprise, 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 surprise. The order spending is much more effective. So now you have different tactical tools. Do I want to attack that guy, surprising him with a -3 and -3 to dodge, or do I want him to shoot back with -6 or 0 to dodge? Different tactical tools on the table, instead of having the same tactical tool depending on the situation. Okay? You were going to ask us something?
So firing out of a smoke with a template, will all of the people under the template be able to react then?
Yes, because in third edition, everybody who is hit by a template, doesn't matter if he has line of fire or not, are allowed to dodge. If you have line of fire, it's normal dodge. If you do not have line of fire, it's dodge -3. But you are allowed to dodge. Even if you are being shot in the back, okay, you, with a template, you can dodge with a -3. A guided missile comes from wherever over you, and it's a template, you can dodge with a -3.
You said that the visibility zones don't stack, but did things like your super cheap Myrmidons with their ODD and smoke grenades, does that still double stack?
Yes, but in third edition, remember that all modifiers cannot go further than -12 or +12, okay? So this is the example. You can always dodge and smoke combo with no modifier, or you can shoot back with a -6 and a -3. This is wrong. -6, okay?
Okay. We'll wait now.
I'm not going to explain the whole thing because it's this thick, okay? But I'm just going to give you some basics about this, okay? So, hackers, I need graphics for explaining this, really. Okay. Dexter is distracted right now. If he saw this graphic, he will say, "Oops," or something.
What?
Okay, let me think about this situation. This is to show you some decisions that were made during the testing, okay? This is a blue hacker. This is a red hacker. This is a blue repeater. This is a red repeater, okay? What we are not allowing in third edition is this. This hacker attacks through this connection between repeaters to this hacker. That is not allowed.
Nice.
What you can do is through this repeater attack this repeater, okay? Because there is a program that allows you to deactivate communication device of the enemy, okay? What happens if we allow this? We have this situation that I have 3 hackers, you have 3 other hackers. Suddenly an inspector with deployable repeater puts a repeater next to a Fugazi drone bot. Suddenly we have here something similar than two fire teams looking at each other without terrain. Suddenly someone moves, everybody reacts, because everybody can see each other, because the connection between repeaters allows that to happen. It was a nightmare. It was pretty intense and pretty funny, but it did not involve any tactical decisions at all. It was like a storm of dice happening, and everybody died, and one hacker survived with his device smoking, you know. That was like the first and second order of the turn, and then the whole battle begins, you know. That is what happens if you allow this to happen. But that was a decision that had to be tested and made, and making reports and concluding this is what is going to happen. We have made lots of programs for the hackers with lots of different uses and a lot of tactical thought deep into that. But if you allow this to happen, you will never reach those situations. Everything becomes storm of brain blasts, and just one survives or 2, and the other hackers are completely exterminated. That's it. You know, nothing else in the first term. So this was against tactical play, really.
Carlos,
See.
question. So in second edition, you can't currently hack through an enemy repeater. In third edition, can you?
Hack through an enemy repeater, yes, but only if this is a blue hacker next to a red repeater attacking a red hacker. Okay, but you have to expose yourself. Think about there are more red hackers here. We all allowed to react to that guy who get into the zone of influence. Okay, but those decisions were made and were tested. Okay. I thought you were going to ask a question. So this is allowed. You getting into an enemy repeater's zone of influence and attack other hackers. Okay, that connection is allowed. What we are not allowing is the connection between repeaters. That's the thing. Weapon ranges, okay? You might seen already this in Beast of War. Grenades are much better, okay? And there's this thing that I know you are aware of. If you fail a grenade, okay, Oh.
Where's the kidnapping?
Yes,
Dex got kidnapped? What?
If you fail a grenade throw in third edition, there is no scattering, okay? No template displays. So we're getting rid of all those unexpected effects of a smoke grenade landing in a very good position despite I failed the roll, or an enemy troop kill because I was shooting a grenade over there, scatter and kill another guy. I was like, oh! So now you fail that throw, okay, there is no grenade, okay? The grenade didn't explode, get off the board, get into a sewer, whatever you decide to explain, but it's not, there is no template place. A cat gets Pistol. Look at the pistol range. +3, 0 to 8 inches, 0 from 8 inches to 16 inches, -6 from 16 inches to 24 inches. Medikits. Maybe you have seen now that some doctor miniatures have medikit included, like the paramedic. Why is that? Because in 3rd edition, medikits are this pistol that you have already seen in many miniatures, okay? Medikits in 3rd edition are like these needles full of adrenaline and stuff that you can shoot from distance to a wounded ally, and if you succeed on the shot, then the wounded soldier has to make a PH roll -3. So it's like paramedic next in base contact, but shooting, okay? There are 2 chances of failing,
Make sure you use it.
but also the chance of healing a wounded soldier from even 24 inches, you know? So, desperate decision, really, but a new tool to really try to heal your army, okay? Boarding shotgun, the main thing here now, the new sensation of 3rd edition, +6 from 0 to 8 inches. Now so everybody wants to have shotguns in their army. Rifle, as usual, combi rifle as usual, well, with these values. Spitfire, now most of the paratroopers will carry on the Spitfire instead of the HNG. HNG, sniper rifle, okay? Breaker pistol, now you know how the breaker ammunition goes. Is 1 roll of BTS, but with the BTS reduced to the half, you know that with the way Infinity goes, BTS 3 becomes 2, BTS 6 becomes 3, BTS 9 becomes 5, okay? Adhesive launcher, adhesive ammunition still is PH -6 roll, okay? And if you fail, you are stuck. You are immobilized level 2. Only an engineer can save you from that, okay? Autocannon, multi-rifle, but this chart is all. Multi-rifle, in fact, has what I told you, 2 slots, okay? And you can choose armor piercing or shock ammunition in one of those, and the other is DA ammunition, okay? And with different values of burst, okay? HMC, I told you about the double slot also. The Jotnik gets much better. The missile launcher, let me check if this is correct now. Yes, it's correct. +3 from 24 to 40 inches, okay? And forward observer, and now is willpower with a 0 modifier until 24 inches, -3 beyond that. And a burst 2, which is something new from 3rd edition, okay? Forward observer is more effective. And if you succeed with forward observer an enemy, the enemy becomes in this state named targeted, and targeted is apart from throwing speculative grenades or shooting guided missile launchers to him, everybody who shoots at an enemy that has been targeted has a +3 modifier to his BS. Okay, so that is why I was telling you about Infinity. You cannot have more than -12 or +12, because in certain situations you will be able to reach a +12 modifier. If you play super well your cards, you might even be shooting with a +12 and giving your enemy a -12. That would be heaven, you know. And one more thing. This is Steve Jobs style. And one more thing. Now I want you to please shut your cameras down and shut your phones, and Dexter, turn around.